The truckers.
That's where Otral24 comes in. They're not just another company, they're a lifeline, a voice for the voiceless. Otral24 is fighting back against the unfair practices that are driving truckers into debt and despair. They're demanding fair pay, reasonable regulations, and an end to the price gouging that's crippling the industry. But they can't do it alone. They need our help. Subscribing to Otral24 isn't just about getting the latest news and information about the trucking industry. It's about joining a movement. It's about standing up for the men and women who keep this country running. It's about saying enough is enough and demanding a better deal for the people who deliver our goods, our food, and quite frankly, our way of life. Let's talk about inflation for a second, shall we? It's that fun little phenomenon where everything gets more expensive, but your paycheck stays the same size. Remember when a gallon of milk was like a reasonable price? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But now, forget about it. You practically need a small loan to buy a carton of eggs. And it's not just food. Gas prices are enough to give you a panic attack at the pump. That new pair of shoes you've been eyeing? Yeah, you might want to hold off on that purchase. Inflation is like that unwanted house guest who overstays their welcome, eats all your food, and then leaves you with the mess. But here's the thing, while we're all feeling the pinch, truckers are getting hit especially hard. And the reason why might surprise you.
We call truckers the backbone of America. They haul everything from food and medicine to clothes and electronics. They're on the road day and night, battling traffic, bad weather, and the occasional rogue mattress flying down the highway. But here's the kicker. They're not getting paid what they deserve. Inflation is eating away at their already thin profit margins. Diesel fuel, the lifeblood of their rigs, has become ridiculously expensive.
And on top of that, they're facing sky-high costs for things like insurance, maintenance, and roadside assistance. The result? Truckers are falling deeper and deeper into debt. They're losing their trucks, their homes, and their livelihoods. And the worst part? Many of them are doing it all while being treated like disposable cogs in their machine by the very people who are profiting from their labor.
Let's talk about those people, shall we? The manufacturers, the brokers, the bigwigs sitting in their fancy offices, raking in record profits while truckers struggle to put food on the table. They're the ones setting the rates, and let's just say they're not exactly known for their generosity. They squeeze every last drop of profit out of the trucking industry, treating drivers like expendable resources instead of human beings. They offer lowball rates, knowing that truckers are desperate enough to take them. They delay payments, forcing drivers to choose between waiting weeks for their money or taking on expensive loans just to keep their businesses afloat. It's a classic tale of the haves and the have-nots. And guess who's stuck in the slow lane?
The truth is, trucking isn't just a job. It's a lifestyle. And it's a tough one. Truckers spend days, weeks, even months away from their families. They miss birthdays, holidays, and school plays. They sleep in cramped cabs, eat fast food more often than they'd like to admit, and face dangerous road conditions on a regular basis. They do it all to provide for their loved ones, to keep the country running, and because, frankly, someone has to. But at what cost? The emotional toll of this lifestyle is immense. The loneliness, the exhaustion, the constant pressure to deliver on time, no matter the circumstances, it takes a toll. And the worst part? They often do it all for wages that don't even come close to reflecting the sacrifices they make.
So, what can we do about it? We can start by supporting organizations like Otral24. They're shining a light on the injustices facing truckers and fighting for a fairer system. They're demanding better pay, safer working conditions, and an end to the predatory practices that are driving truckers into the ground. But they need our help. They need our voices. They need us to stand with them and say, enough is enough. Subscribing to Otral24 isn't just about staying informed. It's about joining a movement. It's about supporting the people who keep our shelves stocked and our economy moving. It's about recognizing the true cost of our insatiable appetite for cheap and convenient goods. So the next time you see a truck on the highway, remember the person behind the wheel. Remember the sacrifices they make. And then ask yourself, what can I do to help?